Blindentlief. Dice. Hola. Stream elements. Dice. Blindentlief is now live. Rockstar. Dice. Hola. Rockstar. Dice. Hoy llegué temprano. Blindentlief. Dice. Hola. Rockstar. Dice. ¿Qué haces? Pregunta. Rockstar. Dice. Es verdad, se ve el chat.
他の執行官たちは何してるんだろうね。まあ、どうせわけのわからない壮大な計画とやらを進めてるんだろうけど。
総選儀式。また良くないことが起きたの？
知ってるか？総選儀式が。
総選儀式。また良くないことが起きたの？
知ってるか？総選儀式が。
総選儀式。また良くないことが起きたの？
Blindentlief. Dice. Hola. Stream Elements. Dice. Los comandos del Stream son, redes, uptime, ayudas, Discord, UID, ruta de artefactos, guías, códigos. Stream Elements. Dice. @Toroxstar. Stream Elements. Dice. Blindent lleva en directo 5 minutos, 44 seconds.
知ってるか操船儀式が
Stream Elements. Dice.
操船儀式また良くないことが起きたの？
この辺りに戦いがいのある強敵はいないんだろうか。
操船儀式また良くないことが起きたの？
知ってるか操船儀式が
操船儀式また良くないことが起きたの？
知ってるか操船儀式が
Toroxstar. Dice. Ahora soy Mein, una morra que usa arco de pelo azul en el LOL.
操船儀式また良くないことが起きたの？
知ってるか操船儀式が
Toroxstar. Dice. Sí. Blindentleaf. Dice. ¿Qué tal Easy ahí el chat?
他の執行官たちは何してるんだろうね。
操船
まあ
儀式
どうせわけのわからない壮大な計画とやらを進めてるんだろうけ
Dice.
ど。
Ahora se ve mejor.
知ってるか操船儀式が
操船儀式また良くないことが起きたの？
Toroxstar. Dice.
知ってるか
¿Vas a quitarle la voz al chat? Pregunta. Toroxstar. Dice. No se la quites. Toroxstar. Dice. Es divertido. Toroxstar. Dice. Ya me suscribí a tu canal de YouTube.
燃えろ。
おしゃわり禁止。
全力攻撃だ。はっ
えんよ燃やし尽くせ。はっはっはっ。
Toroxtar. Dice. ¿Tiene constelaciones tu Diluc? Pregunta.
部外者禁止。
判決を下す。はっはっ。
隙を見せるのはほんの一瞬だ。油断した。ほっち。
Toroxtar. Dice. Te pregunto para robarte la build.
裁きを受けよ。
Toroxtar. Dice. Ok, gracias. Toroxtar. Dice. Ok.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my complete Diluc guide. A few important things before we get into it. First of all, you guys should know this is going to be a super detailed guide. We're going to be talking about artifacts, weapons, animation canceling, how to use your E, Q, talents, constellations, party setup, elemental reactions, all that stuff. Now a disclaimer, this video is made to show you guys how to deal massive amounts of damage, how to build your character and what supports to use with them in order to reach that damage. But do note that I do use supports to reach big damage. I'm very transparent about it. I think Bennett is broken with them. I think Melt just amplifies your damage so much. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about that and about how I hit such big numbers. At the end, I will be including a DPS showcase. Now do note, there will be many clips, some in the overworld, some in Abyss, and keep in mind that in Abyss, so for artifacts, we're going to talk about sets and then stats. For the artifact set, in the early game, something like a 2-piece Berserker or just Glad pieces, if you can get Glad, can work and can be fine. But in the late game, there's one set that's just so much better than every other set. It's not even close, and that's the Crimson Witcher Flames. So if you guys don't know what this does, it gives you pyro damage bonus, and then the 4-piece set will increase all your elemental reactions of pyro and will give you even more pyro damage bonus. So the set itself is just insane, and there isn't even a single set that comes close to how good this is on Diluc. It's just a must-have. In fact, even if you have relatively bad
¿Por qué no le pones la espada que se puede construir a Diluc?
Stats on which
Toroxtar. Dice. Sí. Toroxstar. Dice. Yo tengo a mi Diluc con esa espada.
It's better than good substats on like a Glad or something, just because of how good the set effect is. And since Diluc is your main DPS, I would highly recommend grinding the set first before your support sets, before anything else. Once you hit R40 or 45, depending how long you want to wait, I would highly recommend grinding the set out and using it. Alright, now let's talk about the stats you want on your artifacts. So obviously Flower and Feather are always going to be HP and attack, but for those you want to look for good substats. Now, these aren't the most important pieces, but if you can get crit rate and crit damage on your substats for every piece, that's what you're looking for. Crit rate, crit damage are the best. Attack percent is good too, and then energy recharge, elemental mastery, and flat attack are okay. So for your sands, you definitely want attack percent, and ideally get good substats. Mine are pretty bad here, but at least I have the crit damage, so I'm using it for now until I get a better one. For your goblet, you need a pyro damage goblet. I've talked about this in previous videos, but basically, since pyro damage bonus gives you more damage, whereas an attack thing only gives you attack percent, and the difference between attack percent and damage percent is huge, and it buffs all your pyro damage, and 90% of your damage is pyro. A pyro damage goblet is just so much better than attack percent. And since goblets are so hard to farm, I wouldn't really worry about the substats. I would just use a pyro goblet, and when you get a better one with better substats, then replace it. And do keep in mind that goblets tend to be the odd one out of the set, so you'll usually have a 4-piece set like I do on your other pieces, and then a goblet from a random set. For your circlet, you either want crit rate or crit damage. Now, personally, I don't really have good hats. Like, I have a crit rate, which is nice, but my substats are pretty bad. Ideally, I would want something like this that has crit damage on the substat and crit rate on top, or the opposite, crit damage with crit rate. But for now, I'm using this, and it's fine. You guys always ask to see my attributes. This is what they are right now. In a perfect world, this would be around 140 or a bit higher, but overall, it's pretty good. And if I were to put a crit damage circlet on, now, granted, this isn't the right set, but if I were to have that, my stats would look like this. Alright, now we're going to talk about weapons. So, if you guys need more information on this part, I made a whole video dedicated to a weapon tier list on Diluc alone, like a month ago. If you guys want to watch that, go ahead. But I'm going to try to summarize what I said. For a really early game, Debate Club is the best 3-star by far. However, the prototype Aminus outshines it because of the much higher base attack, so scaling into the late game, it gets much better, and I talk more about that in the video. And the prototype Aminus is insane. It's the best until you can get either a 5-star Claymore or the Serpent Spine. Now, I know a lot of people hate the Serpent Spine, and it has some negative synergies with Diluc. If you like burn the grass and then walk into it, the passive effect will suck. And in areas like the Abyss where you can take some constant damage, it can mess you over. However, something to note with the Serpent Spine is that it gives you a crit rate substat, which means overall your DPS will be higher than the prototype Aminus, which just gives you attack. But if you do need another Battle Pass weapon and you don't want to get Serpent Spine, the Aminus is very good, so you don't have to. The best weapons on Diluc though are the Wolf's Gravestone and the Skyward Pride. The Skyward Pride has a higher base attack and does a lot of damage. It's actually very comparable to the Wolf's, but overall the Wolf's is better, especially because of the insane effect that increases all your party members'
Tengo la
attack,
pluma perfecta para venti, pero es
attack.
Moradku. Toroxstar. Dice. Morada.
And the substat is attack and you just get a ton of stats. Actually, one of the biggest factors is that the substat is 50% attack at level 90 here, whereas the Skyward Pride gives you energy recharge, which isn't that needed on Diluc. Now, sure, it can be nice, but what I've noticed is when you're fighting multiple enemies, when you're in Abyss, or when you're just spamming, you're staying on Diluc and spamming your pyro stuff, or if you have like another pyro character like Bennett giving you particles, you don't need that energy recharge on Diluc. However, if you do manage to refine this 5-star weapon, the damage increases significantly, so it can be very good. Also, the base attack is not 45. There's a mistake on this website, but if you look at the wiki, it is 48, which is very nice. But overall, Wolf's Gravestone is the best, and best free-to-play option is Prototype Aminus. Alright, we're going to talk about talent priority and just some stuff about his talents. So, what talent should you level first? So in my opinion, we'll obviously get all 3 of them to level 6 as fast as possible, and then you want to be leveling them past that using these plumes if you get them. In my past 2 weeks, I haven't gotten any, so it can take a while to get some. But in terms of which talents you should prioritize, I'd say the E is the best when you look at the scaling, and you're basically using this all the time on cooldown, so this is the most important thing to level. But then after that, it depends. Now, usually when you use them as a main DPS, the normal attack is what you want to be upgrading. I would say right after the E. I've heard people level it before E, but E, the elemental skill, is definitely the way to go. You can go for normal attack second, and that's what I recommend for most people. However, it depends how you're playing Diluc. If you're going for like burst combos, big hits, and if you're running like a quick swap team or a team where basically you spam your ultimate, I would recommend leveling Dawn before your normal attacks. A good example of this actually is in Abyss 12, where your normal attacks don't do that much damage since everything has like ice shields and is just very resistant to ice, whereas your pyro damage does a lot more. And yes, you can enchant your sword with pyro, but you're going to be spamming your ultimate on cooldown. So if you're going for like Abyss 12, I would recommend leveling your elemental burst over your normal attacks. But I can see the case for both, and I think they're both pretty close. So it just depends how you play it. Now, you guys know me. I like making videos on C0 characters. That's why my Zhongli is still C0 and all that. However, while pulling on both the child banner and the Zhongli banner, I got a Diluc on stream, just trying to get the banner characters. So unfortunately, I do have C2, so I'm sorry. I know you guys are gonna call me whales, but that's okay. And these are both pretty nice. All his constellations are good, but honestly, you do not need them. He's still like the best DPS in the game without any constellations. Trust me, my past 2 videos on Diluc have been C0, and I actually kept him C0 for a while. My chat just made me do it. But I do tend to stay low constellation because, as I mentioned previously, I enjoy having money in my bank account. Alright, now we're going to be covering some advanced tips. The first thing I want to talk about is animation canceling. You probably heard of this, but I'm just going to show you guys how to do it. So basically, the 4th attack of Diluc's the 4th normal attack for Diluc is very slow, right? You can see here, the delay until I can attack again is very long. But what you can do is, right after your 4th hit, you can do a dash or a jump, and then you can just start attacking immediately right after. So if we put that, like we attack these mobs, you see after my 4th hit, I'll just dash and then keep hitting. Or you can even do your 4 hits. Well, he's gonna die, but you can do your 4 hits and then just swap characters and use them. So an advanced tip I want to talk to you guys about is managing your E. And I've noticed some people say, yeah, do an auto attack then E, auto attack then E. And that's what I do a lot of the times. But there's actually something more efficient than that in a lot of situations. So in case you guys don't know, there's a lot of stuff you can do between your E's. For example, you can do auto E, then do 3 or even 4 autos if you want, and then E again. So you can get your full combo damage. You can do like 3 hits, then just use another E, and then look at how low my cooldown is. Right after that, you have your E up again. So you can do like, you can keep basically spamming autos and E's and mixing them in. Something you also need to know is that in some situations, you might want to swap between E's. You can do an E, Bennett ult, go back to Diluc, and you're still on your E. Something else to note is that in a lot of areas like Abyss 12, you actually might not want to do autos between your E's. You might want to do just one or something, but since in certain team comps and in certain like Abyss floors, your pyro damage does so much more than your normal attacks, you might not even, like the damage you deal from the normal attacks might be negligible, so you might legit just want to like press E, just spam your E as fast as you can and then get off Diluc if you don't want to stay and do your auto attacks. But as a general rule, auto E is good. You can also triple auto E, and in some situations doing 4 autos and then E can be good too, and you can also switch characters in between your E's if you need to. Another tip that may sound simple but that a lot of people overlook or forget about is basically always try to aim your ultimate, try to line it up to hit many enemies. Here it's really easy, but let's say I was attacking this hilly trail. If I were to press Q right now, it would only hit him. But if I were to like run around him and then use it, it'll hit all the hilly trails in the area and kill them all for me. which just, you know, is much more efficient. So I had many reasons that I wanted to make a new Diluc guide. In my old Diluc video, I didn't really talk about like animation canceling, any of the new mechanics, but mainly what I want to talk about is new stuff regarding part.
Rockstar. Dice. Sí.
みんながそばにいて
召喚化粧元王帝君のために
火炎よ燃やし尽くせ全力攻撃火炎よ
Rockstar.
燃やし尽くせ
Dice. No se ve tu cámara. Rockstar. Dice. Y tampoco el chat. Rockstar.
おさわり禁止
Dice. Ahora sí.
よし出発だくらえ計画が失敗したのか
ついていきますおさわり禁止
全力攻撃だ
Rockstar. Dice. Te salió muy bien esa pluma.
騎士団の奴らに相手を
触り禁止。
Rockstar. Dice. A mí me gusta el arpa pero no mucho. Rockstar. Dice. Sí. Rockstar. Dice. Métete a mi mundo.
とても好き。
世界は謎だら。
どうだ、挑戦してみないか。
Rockstar. Dice. Lo tengo a nivel 77.
相手をさせるべきだな。
Rockstar. Dice. Para mí el nivel es alto.
「ギルドにはまだ仕事が残っているんだ。君は休むといい。僕は仕事に戻ろう。」
Rockstar. Dice. No me salen. Rockstar. Dice. En el 40. Rockstar. Dice. Sí. Rockstar. Dice. ¿Qué es eso? Rockstar. Dice. Sí he visto Sao. Rockstar. Dice. Eso es interesante. Rockstar. Dice. Voy a jugar al Blue Protocol cuando salga.
綺麗にしませんと。はっ戦場のお掃除の時間です。
火炎よ燃やし尽くせ。
助けが必要な方がいるはずです。
Rockstar. Dice. Sí.
綺麗に。戦場のお掃除の時間です。
Rockstar. Dice. La sexta constelación es de mientras más defensa tengas tienes más daño.
戦してみないか？
Rockstar. Dice. Es un montón de dinero. Rockstar. Dice. No. Rockstar. Dice. Ya no me aparecen misiones principales. Rockstar. Dice. Al 40. Rockstar. Dice. No todos pero sí muchos. Rockstar. Dice. Qué interesante.
風格に気をつけます。やっやっ、たたえい、やっやっ、これで間に合いますね。はっ、騎士の風格に気をつけます。やっ、きれいにしませんと。やっはっはっ、助けが必要な方がいる。
もちろん塵となれ。
一緒に遊ぼうよ。任せてください。メイドの礼儀に気をつけます。やっやっ、
火炎よ。
Rockstar. Dice. Mi venti baja más vida que mi Diluc. Rockstar. Dice. Sí.
兵器神速。
Rockstar. Dice. Sígueme. Rockstar. Dice. Quiero farmear esos artefactos porque Diluc no baja mucha vida.
Tamani wa nonbiri suru no mo waruku nai na.
兵器神速。
岩王帝君のためにそうかん
はっ
股間奥義。
いやいやはっ隙を見せるのはほんの一瞬だ。はっはっ油断した。
岩王帝君のために左右ルコ雨描きがたしお触り禁止。
止水の矢。
岩王帝君のために
たはっ痛いから我慢しろよ。
相関化粧。岩王帝君のために足元に
はっ隙を見せるのはほんの一瞬だ。
歌よ錦となれ。
さて
岩王帝君のために
いや逃げられるかな。狂乱怒涛。いやいやふっふっふん
左右ルコよっお触り禁止。逃げようなんて思わないでよね。この仕事は排除するべきですね。はあはあたはっ走るより逃げようなんて思わないでよね。相関化粧。瑠璃のように落ちなさい。部外者禁止。
はっ痛いから我慢しろよ。たた
Rockstar. Dice. Sí. Rockstar. Dice. Me salió un buen artefactos. Rockstar. Dice. 2. Rockstar. Dice. Estoy subiendo el artefacto.
ここに立ってても相手はやってこないよ。他の執行官たちは何してるんだろうね。まあ、どうせわけのわからない壮大な計画とやらを進めてるんだろうけど。
Rockstar. Dice. Ya voy a empezar el dominio.
逃げようなんて思わないでよね。
痛いから我慢しろよ。
この件はわかるかい？逃げようなんて思わないでよね。ガンオー帝君のために。形は制し。動くべきだ。そう関係者。ここだよ。
行くぞ。隙を見せるのはほんの一瞬だ。兵器神速。
一緒逃げよ
う。た。
部外者禁止。運動は必要です。